Hey guys, so welcome to Friday's lesson, lesson 81. It's on page 421 of your math book. And today's topic, we are doing arithmetic with units of measure. So arithmetic is just a big scary word that means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So it's some kind of mathematical operation that we are going to be doing with different units of measure. So whenever our units are not the same, in order to get an accurate answer, we actually need to change the units to be the same. So let's start with just writing down a few of the units that we know off the top of our head. And these units are also going to be things that you use on your homework today. So just for example, there are 12 inches in 1 foot. There are, let's use, hold on guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pick out the best ones that will help you the most. Okay, there is 3 feet in 1 yard. There is 4 quarts in 1 gallon. And I think that will be good for now. And if we come up with any more, then I'll let you know for sure. So we are going to be mainly using inches and feet and yards today. There's just a few other ones that may pop up, but I don't think it'll give you any trouble. Okay, sorry about that. My son was asking for candy. So let's just write down one example and kind of go from there. So example 1. Let's say that we are adding 2 feet plus 12 inches. And then it wants us to write our answer in feet first. So we'll do it that way, and then we'll also skip down here a few lines, and then we will write our answer in inches. So I'll show you how to do both ways, because the problem will tell you which way that it wants you to write it. Okay, so let's do feet first. So we need to make sure that both units are going to be in feet. So we already have 2 feet first. So because it's already in the correct unit, we don't need to change 2 feet at all. But we do need to change the 12 inches. And so we need to change the inches into feet. So again, if you look up here, how many inches are in 1 foot? 12 inches. So that means that that 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. So rather than writing it as 12 inches, we need to write that as 1 foot. Now that we have feet and feet, we can add those. So think back to when we were adding fractions, we needed to make sure they had the same denominator. So when we're adding units, we need to make sure they have the same unit. So then 2 plus 1 equals 3 feet. And that would be my answer in feet. Now let's do it for inches. So we're going to use the same problem. So I'm just going to write 2 feet down here plus 12 inches. So if it's wanting us to write our answer in inches, we don't need to change the 12 inches at all because it's already in the correct unit that it's requiring. However, we do need to change the 2 feet into inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that out. But then I have to figure out how many inches is 2 feet. So back up here, if I know that 12 inches equals 1 foot and I have 2 feet, then I need to multiply 12 times the 2 feet. So in order to get that, I can just write it down here. 12 times 2 gives me the 24. So my 2 feet is going to be 24 inches. Now I'm in the correct unit that the answer wants me to write it in, or that the question wants me to write the answer in. Now most of you do this in your head already. You've just never had an actual lesson that is actually showing you the math behind it. So now I can add 24 inches plus 12 inches. And I get 36 inches. So both of these answers are actually the same answer. They are just written in 2 different units. And like I said before, the actual question on your homework, it will tell you how it wants you to write your answer. So you will know which unit you need to change. Okay, so let's do another example here. And again, I will post these notes online, so feel free to write these down later on if you'd like. Now I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over and we're going to do another example. So example 2. So let's do a multiplication problem. So this time I'm actually going to leave the units the same. So I'm going to multiply 6 feet times 4 feet. And then I can say write my answer in feet. So now, because I have feet for both of these numbers, I don't actually have to change the units at all. Okay? So what I'm going to do first is I need to multiply 6 times 4, and I get 24. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused, because you actually have to multiply your feet as well. So you are going to do feet times feet. Now, some of you are probably thinking, what in the world? How do I get that answer? So this is where exponents are going to come in really handy. So if you are multiplying the same unit by itself 2 times, that means that your exponent is going to be a 2. Because feet to the second power is the same thing as feet times feet. So my answer is going to be 24 feet squared. You can think of it as you're getting area. Okay, so now let's do another example. This time, let's try division. So division, most of the homework problems that is requiring you to divide look similar to this, to where they will have a line separating 2 numbers. And remember, that line means division. Okay? So you can write that just as a little reminder. And I'm just going to say write answer in miles, because that's what it's already set up as. And that will require me to not have to change my units. Okay, so first off, I'm going to take care of my numbers. So I'm going to divide. Gunner, you've got to go somewhere else, son. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to divide 25 and 5. So what that actually means, so I know some of you are still having trouble with this setup. So the numerator goes inside the box. The denominator is going to be outside the box. Okay? So my answer to that is 5. Now I have to do the same thing though for my units. So notice that I have miles square over miles. Now I need you to really focus in on what I'm saying right now. So what this actually means is miles to the second power means that you are multiplying miles by miles. And then the denominator just stays the same. Okay? Now how do I write that as an actual answer? So remember when we were able to cancel out things that were on the numerator and the denominator? So that's exactly what we're doing today. So if I have a miles unit on top and I have one on the bottom, that means that I can get rid of them. Just like what you've done with numbers before. So then I am left with just 1 mile as my unit. So that means that, guys, go into a different room. So that means that I'm going to combine my answer of 5 and my answer of mile and write my answer as 5 miles. Okay, now let's do a division problem that actually requires a little bit more thinking. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and circle my answer up here too. So I'm going to flip over to a different sheet. This is example 4. So let's pretend that I have 300 miles over 10 gallons.